Hi, everybody, and thanks for joining us for another episode of the PHNX Suns. Today, we are in the pregame show brought to you by the DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's #1 sportsbook app. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you know whenever we are live. I'm Lindsay Smith, that's Saul Bookman. And Saul, tonight, we got a big one on our hands. The Phoenix Suns and the Boston Celtics are going to face off. How you feeling?
I'm excited. We were talking before the game, and it looked like a portion of Suns Twitter was feeling like, okay, no big deal. It's just another game. I don't feel like it's another game. Like, listen, this team likes to stand up to challenges. This is a big challenge. This is the best team in the East. One of the best teams. It is the best team in basketball record-wise right now. And you got MVP matchups. You got Defensive Player of the Year matchups. You got big guys in the paint matchups. It's going to be a fun game.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the idea of it's just another game. It's December, all the things, right? But I do think there's a little bit more to this game than others, because if there was a test for where you are, this is that test.
Yes, 1,000,000%.
So this will tell you more about yourself than other games like the Rockets games or even the Mavs game. This will tell you a little bit more about who you are as a team.
Yeah, I mean, if you have championship aspirations, you're going up against a team that lost in the finals to the Warriors. You've already beaten the Warriors twice, so you know how you stand against them. And now you have another test against a team that you're only going to see twice this year, and you're going to get up for it. Like, listen, if these guys fall flat like they did against Dallas, then we have big problems. Like,
yeah.
For real. I don't expect that to happen. I think these guys are going to ball. I just want to watch a good game. Like I always say every single night, I just want a good game.
Yes. And like Eric in the chat said, if we beat the Celtics, it helps get respect from the media. If you care about that kind of stuff, LOL, we should probably care a little bit about that kind of stuff as far as individual accolades, which I know we've literally talked in circles so many times about this topic, but it's important to the players that we support. So
we've beaten so many good teams on the East Coast. From the East Coast so many times that I just don't think that's really going to matter. We're going to beat if we beat the Celtics by 20 tonight, the Suns will be a nice little blurb on PTI tomorrow, and that's about it. Nothing more.
I mean,
and they'll be talking all about how what was wrong with the Celtics tonight, unfortunately.
Well, still want to win this one.
Oh, yeah.
But we're going to start with the best news of the night. You guys, we've got two players back on the court tonight for the Phoenix Suns. Torrey Craig and Chris Paul are both available. Chris Paul will be starting tonight. However, Monty did say pregame that he won't play his normal allotment of minutes. So the Suns will try to find shorter stints for him somewhere in case they need him to finish the game.
Shamil Kasim in the chat basically says exactly how I feel. I don't know if it's good or bad that CP is back. I know we'd like to think he was great, but he wasn't like setting the world on fire before he got hurt. So I'm interested to see how the Suns respond to him being back. I think, campaign adjusting to going back to the bench, things of that nature. So yeah. We'll see.
I mean, we're going to see less of Chris Paul than we will later on in the season.
He
tonight.
Always says that, but does it ever really happen?
I feel like with this one, you kind of have to. After that, missing that much time, you kind of, if you don't ease back into it, then either one, he was ready to go a while ago, or two, you're taking a really big risk.
Would you be shocked if he played 30 minutes tonight?
I mean, no. We have a super chat from Psycho Blue. Salt, this one is all you.
But it's not Basketball Cthulhu.
Yes, there is. It's at the bottom.
No,
you gotta wait for the quotes.
Everyone gives the C's a pass, even though they're us from 2 years ago. Basketball Cthulhu says, "I will drink the tears of b-ball, laugh, Lou, basketball Lou, tremble, tremble."
How do you pronounce Lugh?
Lou. I don't know. All right.
Gosh, it's always so hard. Thank you, though, Psycho Blue. We do appreciate you.
Shamil, all the way from Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka. Shout out. Thanks for staying up.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
Amazing. What time is it over there? Drop that in the chat. I want to know.
Hella late is what it is, or hella early.
Carlos said it would be nice if CP3 came off the bench. Well, Gerald did ask Monty about that just because he wanted clarification before the game. And Monty gave him a, what do you think? It's a little sassy.
I told Gerald not to ask that question. CP3 ain't coming off the bench. What's wrong with you?
I mean, Liz, I get it, though. Like, there was a lot of discourse of this when it was announced on Twitter that Chris Paul would come back and that he would be starting. Is Chris Paul a starter? Should he be a starter? Absolutely. Does it make it a little bit easier if he was coming off the bench to manage those minutes and to be a little bit more cautious with him? Yes, because even Monty said that to Gerald's answer, or to Gerald's question.
Yeah, but Chris Paul ain't never coming off
This
the
is
bench.
facts. He's not coming off the bench. All right. Well, we've got a matchup on our hands, the Celtics and the Suns, and more on that. Of course, the biggest battle tonight will be Jason Tatum and Devin Booker. And this is going to be an exciting one. I hope what we said about the Mavs game is what we get tonight's game. A really great matchup. Really good basketball from both sides.
Yeah, and both of these are their career stats against each other. Or against the other team, yeah. So this is Tatum's career stats against the Suns, and then Booker's against. Doesn't necessarily mean against each other because they haven't always played against each other. Sometimes one's been hurt and the other one's been okay. Or Booker was before Tatum's time. So
right.
27 points is a lot. 27, 5, and 5. Those are good, solid stats against the C's. Obviously, you got to throw in the 70-pointer.
Mm-hmm.
that helps boost the average a little bit. And then 19, 7, and 2. For Jason Tatum. Listen, these are two front runners for MVP. They're in the top 5 conversation. I know what happened the other night. Devin Booker had a flop of a game, not a typical Devin Booker game. I believe he'll come back and he'll play strong tonight. Again, it's all about Suns basketball, moving the ball, getting everybody involved, hitting the typical shots that you would normally make. They didn't do that against the Mavericks. They looked a little shaky. Tonight, I expect a different ball game.
I agree. Typically, we see the Suns bounce back pretty well after dropping a game, and this would be a game where I think they would find a way to force themselves to get up for this one, regardless of how they were feeling. I think having Torrey Craig back and Chris Paul back probably gives them a little boost of energy and excitement for this one as well. And plus, it's just one of those games where these are the type of games where when you're playing this at this high of a level, you want to ball out in. Mm-hmm. You want to showcase and do well against the top of the top. Yeah. Like, this is what you want. This is what you play the game for.
1,000,000%. Like, I could even understand how like oh, we got to play the Mavs again. We just played them like 11 out of our last 30 games. Like, I don't want to play them again. But you don't see the Celtics too often. And actually, we were looking at the stats. The Suns for the last 4 years have split with the Celtics. They've each won a game every single year since 2018, which is kind of crazy. And last year, in a full from January to December, the Suns played the Celtics 4 times. Yeah. They didn't split it up between years, which is kind of crazy. That's very unusual to see. So here we go. This is going to be a fun one. We haven't seen the Celtics in basically a year. And it'll be fun to watch these guys go at it.
And then, of course, you got Mikal Bridges and Marcus Smart out there, two top defensive players in the league. It'll be nice to see how that kind of plays out.
Statistically speaking, from a defensive efficiency rating, NBA analytics, they're not performing as well as they did last year. Actually, and
the Suns or the Celtics?
No, both individually. Mikal Bridges and Marcus Smart. That's what we're talking about right now.
That's what we're talking about, Lindsay.
They're not doing as well as they did a year ago. Mikal statistically is a few notches above Marcus Smart at the moment. But again, Marcus Smart does so much for that team. He hits big shots when they need it. He's a scrapper. He gets in the head of a lot of the opposition, whereas Mikal's just more of just a solid all-around player. He's going to give you what he can, and he doesn't really talk a lot of shit. So this is just and listen, tonight you're going to have Marcus Smart probably guard Devin Booker a few more times, and you're going to see Mikal Bridges have to guard Tatum. And that's the beauty of this matchup. It's going to be fun all the way around.
Mm-hmm. I will say, though, even though Mikal doesn't talk a lot of trash, I feel like he's kind of starting to this year.
He's
like his 3-point celebration towards the benches and whatnot. Like he's getting a little more. He's got a little more sass to him on the court this year.
Yeah,
I still don't know that I would say it's at the level of like a guy like Devin, how he talks shit, but he's kind of letting loose a little bit. I think he's becoming more comfortable with that aspect of sport, so we'll see.
I will say DA is also somebody that is going to play a big role in this, and I just remember seeing Deandre Ayton play at the Footprint Center against Texas A&M and Robert Williams who plays for the Celtics and is one of the starting centers, and just absolutely dominate him. DA did not get to play against the Celtics last year. They missed the last 2 meetings, but now he's back, and he has a pretty good average when it comes to that.
He does. So that's an interesting little tidbit that you mentioned there, that DA didn't play against the Celtics at all that season, which is so, like, I know it's only twice, but still, it's just surprising when you actually look at it. But over DA's career, he has averaged 17.8 points, 12.6 rebounds, and 1.4 assists against the Celtics, which these are pretty good numbers. So if DA can come out and take advantage of the fact that the Celtics are a little bit shorthanded as far as big men go tonight, this would be huge for us. He needs to contribute really a lot tonight.
DA's had a good stretch here of the last 3 weeks, played solid basketball, high doubles. Got to keep it going. Can't have another, he had 8 and 6 that 2 games ago. Can't have that anymore. You got to keep going. You got to play tough. You got to play big. And I expect him to do that.
Okay, so there's a couple of people in the chat, Shamil and Hello, have brought this up, the whole CP3 DA thing. CP3 needs to give DA lobs and passes early. Shamil said, let's see if CP3 can help DA thrive, or if he was a part of the problem for DA's decline earlier in the season. How are you feeling about that?
That's going to be interesting. Listen,
do you have any concern?
I don't. I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
Are you trying to convince yourself?
I think
right
I
now?
am. I don't know. I'm going to say I don't have much of a concern, but I'm probably like at 60 to 70% of feeling confident about that. So
okay,
we'll find out.
All right, we shall see. And then a couple more tidbits for you guys. Of course, we told you that Chris Paul and Torrey Craig are available in tonight's game, but the Suns will still be without Cam Johnson and Dwayne Washington Jr. On the Celtics side, Malcolm Brogdon is available. He was questionable coming into tonight's game. Al Horford is out in health and safety protocols. Danilo Gallinari is out, and Robert Williams is also out. So that's kind of where we're at as far as injuries go. Glad to see that our list is getting shorter and shorter by the day.
It was a long list.
Emma's going to be so happy when there's like 0 Suns on that list, or at least down to 1. And then what we're wearing tonight. The Suns are going to be rocking their classic edition jersey, and the Celtics will be rocking their association edition. So we got purple and white out there on the court. Gorgeous.
The throwbacks, gotta love them.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we do have a super chat. And Journey, dear. It's Wednesday night. We're playing the Celtics. Can we not? Journey said, will Luka always be known as our dad? No.
Yeah. What do you want us to say about that? That was Monday night. You had your chance. It's over. We moved on.
Yeah, it's Wednesday.
And listen, Luka puts up 30 against every team in the league. Is he everybody's dad? No. It is what it is.
I mean, unless we're going to make that a thing. Is that Luka's new nickname, Dad? Is that just what we're calling him now? That's his new nickname from everybody?
I think some prefer to call him Daddy.
Oh, that's awkward.
That's all I got. Let's move on.
Fine. Okay, let's get into what we're thinking about tonight's game. Who you got and by how much?
I got the Suns by 1. I think it's going to be a very, very close game. The betting line has the Celtics by 1. So we can get to that, but whatever. And then, and then Espo's got him by 3, and Gerald's got he's got the Celtics by 3.
Yeah, Gerald and Espo are traitors tonight.
Yeah, traitors. That's why they're not here.
Yeah, we had to kick them to the curb for picking against the Suns. I have Suns by 3. I do think it's going to be a close matchup, and I am very curious to see how the Suns close this game, because that is something that didn't really carry over from last season. So they have to kind of figure out how to perfect that. Get back to what they were last year. So Suns by 3, though. I think they're going to come out. They're going to bounce back. They're going to be very upset about the whole Mavs thing and just dropping a game in general. Like Monty always says, this team is a bunch of sore losers. So they're going to come out with some energy tonight.
There's 2 things to look for. Does DA give us at least 20? And does Mikal give us at least 15, with the caveat that 3 of those are threes? So 3 threes tonight.
Okay.
If those 2 things hit, so again, DA over 20, Mikal over 15, but Mikal also hitting 3 threes. If those 3 things hit, Suns win easily.
Yeah, that's a lot of energy right there. All right, what does Vegas think?
Celtics by 1. Simple as that. So let's make our bets.
All right. Well, I think I went with Torrey Craig tonight, which is a little bit different for me. I stick with Book and DA for the most part on these. Chris Paul wasn't available to place any bets on as far as player props go. And then I saw this Torrey Craig one over 1.5 threes at a plus 120. You know, I'm a sucker for anything in the plus. But I do kind of think if Torrey Craig, same idea as Mikal, if he hits 3 threes, that's huge. If Torrey Craig can knock down 2 throughout this game, coming back, he's probably going to be excited to be playing basketball again. Mm-hmm. He probably knows there's a lot on the line as well. I don't know. I'm feeling good about it.
I like that. I like that a lot. I have DA over 29.5. PRA.
What happened?
All right, guys.
That's what the PHNX studios are all about. Something clearly great. What just happened?
Yep. All right. Well, yeah. I don't know what to say.
So wait, what do you have?
Guys are kind of assholes. PRA 29.5. DA over it. Let's go.
Okay, I like that one. DA is going to be a huge factor in tonight's game. His energy and what he does is going to impact this game immensely. I think that's going to be a huge key for this one. Jamil says someone's getting killed in the other room.
Almost.
Maybe not. Okay, so the NBA announced a new award recently. They are going to be giving out a trophy and award for the best regular season. What's the word I'm looking for here? Record.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Best regular season record.
Best regular season record.
Mm-hmm.
And the internet threw so much shade at the Suns.
Man.
Oh my gosh. Let's look at these and let's laugh at them. Emma, do you have them?
No.
Oh no, Emma forgot to pull them.
What?
I couldn't find the link in assignments or chat, and I completely forgot about
Emma,
them.
no.
Damn. Well,
I just remembered, like, as soon as you were wrapping up with betting, I was like, can I make a confession? Yeah, this last topic, I don't know where it's at.
All right, well, I can read them to you guys.
well, no, we can save it for the post game.
I mean, we could read them and then also show them in the post game. I don't know. What do you want to think?
Yeah, it's better with the visual.
It's way better with the visual. It's absolutely way better.
That one's on me. I dropped the ball.
Well, it's not on anybody else. So thanks for taking one for the team, producer.
Send me the link, please.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, we'll save it for the post game. We promise. We'll talk about it. We'll have a good laugh because probably hopefully we'll win, and then everybody will be in a good mood so we can laugh about this. If we lose, maybe we won't.
We'll need a pick me up though. If we lose, we'll need a pick me up.
That's true.
So it's a good laugh that we can have at our own expense. We could just dive right into the laughing at ourselves so we don't cry.
Yes.
Kind of corner of the world. Okay, well, since that was our last topic, Saul, you got anything else?
Nope, we're just going to drink a lot of beer and watch this game and have fun.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining us for the pregame show. Sorry it's a little bit shorter today, but enjoy this game and don't forget to meet us right back here after it wraps up. We'll see you then. Bye.
PHNX. Hey yo, my lifestyle is retro. Tell the Phoenix Metro. Megas in control and he ain't never gonna let go. PHNX though, Lindsey, Gerald, Espo. Saw past the ball, we here to turn up the tempo. Got to understand me, y'all.